Good morning, boys. Cleaned it up. It's Christmas in 2 days. We had a decent day yesterday, Sunday. I had a conversation with one of my good friends, Wilson, who I look up to a lot. He's got a lot of good things going for him from a business perspective. He's just a very forward thinker, big picture type guy, and really good conversation with him. We talked for at least an hour. And just a lot of spitballing back and forth. He's a sales guy, I'm a sales guy, he's a business guy, I want to be a business guy, and just looking at some future options that are available to him and future options available to me, and just life in general. And just a really good conversation, talking about a lot of different things. So one big thing, though, where was I going with this? One big thing we talked about was like being okay with not being where you want to be right now. And that's exactly what I'm dealing with, because I've made what feels like zero progress in the last 2 weeks here for the business. I'm worried about the business because I haven't done much to grow it. And that's my own fault. But now that we are literally we're Monday, start of Christmas week, I am not going to be where I want to be with this business yet, period. So that's the case. And it's not fun. And a lot of people are not going to take action during this time of the week. So basically, the conversation we had was being okay and giving yourself permission to be okay with not having something happen this week. And I'm not. Until yesterday, until I had that call with him, I wasn't okay with it. And so that's that. And just walking through that conversation, and it was just interesting to be okay with not progressing and not pushing yourself, or not being, my mindset is like go, and everybody else, not everybody else, but a lot of other people are not in that mindset, and it's not a fun place to be. So and I've been finding myself very much so falling into a trap of also not doing things. So it's been affecting me not in a great way. So how do I get around that? I sit at my computer screen and wait for the inspiration. Anyway, that's what I've been working on. So what else happened yesterday? Sunday, pretty lazy day. We started a puzzle together. We've been dealing with, as you guys know, the tenant situation. We had a heating problem, so we've been trying to get that fixed. And looks like we're going to have to get a new furnace completely. So that's not fun, but part of being a landlord is that. It's also part of the reason why it was very important for me and your mother to not use the income from those properties for anything. Not to live, not to go on vacations, nothing. That money does not exist. So here's some investing advice, at least from Dad. We're still new to this, right? And yes, our rentals are giving us a good cash flow. However, we are not putting ourselves in a position to have a $5,000 to $10,000 hit, like a furnace will be, affect us, right? We'll get it replaced, and we won't have to think about it for another 30 years. Done. So if you are going to invest in houses, or you are going to think about that route in regards to investing, I have always been under the guise that you're not using that money for anything personally. You're using it as a secondary investment portfolio, right? You have your typical savings, you have your 401k, whatever retirement plan. You also have this avenue as well, and it is an investment, right? You are not using that to play with, right? Unless you're testing and learning, but there are a lot less expensive things you could do than a couple $100,000 investment, if not more, depending on when you guys are watching this video. But for the 5 years that we have had one property, and the now 1 year that we've had this one, perfect. I'll just lay it out for you, right? We rented our condo for about $3,000 a month, and the mortgage with the insurance and all that is about $2,000 a month. And so last year, we used none of that money There's about $1,000 overhead, right? You can do the math there. 3,000 minus 2,000. We touched none of that money. And now we have a bank of $12,000. Well, this furnace replacement is going to be paid for by the fact that we did not use that rental income, if you will, right? So I'm assuming it's not going to cost $12,000, but you never know, right? And so at least I'm hoping this helps a little bit when you're thinking about investing. Maybe this will be my point of this video. Make sure that you're being smart with this, right? I don't have a set number in my head of how much I should put away or what the savings should be. It's like, just save it. If you don't need it, don't use it. And guess what? Now, my last year's rents will be paying for any of the repairs now and for the next 30 years, right? It's a condo, so the roof was just replaced, right? All the windows are fine. All the flooring was redone when we moved into the place. I mean, we're now getting a new furnace because it was 40 years old. We were lucky, we were fortunate that we were able to get 40 years out of it, but it was the original furnace. Things will eventually break. A furnace typically lasts about 20 years, maybe 25 if you push it, but typically it's like 15 to 20. So if we put a new one in, it should be another, another 15 to 20, right? And so now we don't have to think about it. And now we've got 15 to 20 years to build up the bank for the next one. And we were able to pay for it in just 1 year. So just be prepared for this stuff if you're going to invest in real estate. Anyway, that's all I got for today. No jiu-jitsu on Sundays anymore because they shut down the gym on Sundays that we typically did it. So I need to find a new avenue for exercise. And that was it. So time to get back to it. I love you guys. Christmas, like I said, in 2 days. And yeah, that's that. Love you.